Welcome to HSN coverage of the 2020 Humber Bonspiel. Teams out there on the ice taking some warm-up throws. Each team getting 2 practice throws here just to get a feel for the ice. I'm Adam Lucier. I'm going to be talking you through the matches today. Pretty good turnout. First match we'll see the Humber women taking on the Fanshawe Falcons. Skip Caitlin Jones out there getting prepared. 3 games on the schedule. We'll see the Humber women play once, Humber men twice against Fanshawe and the Fleming Knights. Early morning here at the Richmond Hills Curling Club. Awful cold this morning, but the teams all arrived here set up just fine. Nothing left to do but curl. Casey Ransom out there getting her legs under there, getting the sweep going, feel for the ice. Men and the women warming up side by side. Brendan Jackson out there for the men, shirtlift out there. Also one heck of an OCAA rugby player, but more known for his curling chops. So we see the handshakes here, and we're awfully close to getting underway. Humber will have the hammer. Fanshawe men already getting going, just awaiting the action here between the Humber Hawks and the Fanshawe Falcons. First action we'll see on the pitch today. We are live from the Richmond Hills Curling Club on the Hawk Sports Network. Full day of action coming your way. Here is the lead for Fanshawe. Sweeping easy, no big rush here. Now both brooms getting involved. Approaching the house here, pretty good lead. That's going to make a home right in front of the house, that 12-foot line. So there is your first throw by Fanshawe. A little bit of a guard there as it's hanging out just in the front end of the house there. Brittany Elson. Lead for the Hawks. Curling hard. Trying to draw this one in towards the button, it appears. Once again, another guard play, so should be a tricky next shot here. Parker Doig and Casey Ransom sweeping on that one.
Let me just check mine first then. Go shoot yourself, yeah. And then he left.
Time now for Fanshaw's second. 2 guards hanging out in front of the house. This one with a bit more pace behind it. We'll see if we can reach the button here. Sweeping hard the whole way. It'll pass the guard of Humber. This one right on line. That'll also take a seat right by that 12-foot line. So Humber has a guard out in front. Fanshawe 2 directly in front of the house. Brittany Elson now for the Hawks. Caitlin Jones skip for the Hawks. Hanging out on the back end of the Hawks by that T line. This one trailing in. Definitely has some pace behind it. Fanshaw's going to give that a sweep, and that'll roll right past the back end of the house. So not too much of a productive rock there for Humber. They're going to have their work cut out for them here in N1. Let's see what Fanshawe has in store. Looking to target that freed side of the house there on the left side. Letting this one go its own way. A little bit of sweep now. This one beginning to draw in towards the button. That's a good looking throw there for Fanshawe. 3 potential scoring rocks there for the Falcons. Caitlin Jones directing traffic down there. The Hawks in a tough spot that do hold the hammer here in N1. Casey Ransom now. Good bit of pace on this throw. Trying to push that first rock towards the button, but it'll miss just about everything. I'm sure not what they drew up there for the Hawks. Slow start for Humber here as these Fanshawe Falcons starting to populate that house down there. We'll see what Fanshawe has in store. Here's the throw, released by the hog line. Appears as though we may see a guard here. Not much sweeping going on. This one may just settle down right before the house. Appears as though that's the idea, though it is trailing in. This is a good look for the Falcons here. 4 rocks in scoring territory. Big throw here, Caitlin Jones. Wants it on the left side of the house. Perhaps time for a takeout here for the Hawks. Casey Ransom's going to let that one go. This one drawn in towards that center line, right about where Jones wanted it. Whole lot of commotion on that center line in the house. Both teams trying to take an early start here. Three matches in action at the moment. A full day of curling action here at the Richmond Hills Curling Club. Toss by the Falcons, favoring the left side, though curling in. Fanshawe just going to let this one slide out, make its home right by that 12-foot ring. Just adding to that traffic jam there at the front part of the house. Caitlin Jones looking for a similar position to that last throw. Let's see what Parker Doig has in store here. Waiting for the sweep. Here it comes from Ransom. This one coming in with some heat. That's a nice looking throw there for Humber. That's what they were looking for. Definitely a difference-making throw here in and number 1. High fives all around for Humber. That's the first signs of life they've shown today. Not much on this one. Appears as though we'll have another guard here for the Falcons. With an opportunity to score. They're just trying to create a little bit of a logjam here. That one settles down right on Main Street. Jones has an idea for the takeout here, pointing to that guard rock just thrown. Chance to bump out a couple red rocks here. Humber throwing the familiar yellow stones, Fanshawe red. Two stones remain for either side. Fanshawe seemed to be in control of this first end early on, though Humber has responded. Time now for Fanshawe. Looking for a scoring play. Fanshawe just awaiting the curl here. No need to sweep. This one trending towards the button, but certainly some traffic there. That'll make its home after just touching that front rock of Humber. Kalen Jones and Parker Doig talking this one out. Plenty of strategy going into this one, especially in the first end. Both sides trying to get off to a quick start. So Parker Doig now giving instructions. It'll be up to the skip, Caitlin Jones, to get the job done. Two throws for Humber. One remains for the Falcons. Now we see the first toss from the skip, Caitlin Jones. Casey Ransom sweeping hard. To the house it goes. That's going to knock a few around. Humber looking in much better position now than they did after the first few rocks. Now Fanshawe, an opportunity to throw their last stone here at number one. The Hawks do have the hammer. Humber men's and women's team playing side by side here on the pitch. A lot of conversation here for the Fanshawe Falcons. Skip deciding what she expects from the throw. Big toss here. Who's going to collect the first points here in the match? Releasing from the hack. Here comes the throw. The last we'll see from Fanshawe here in end one. Sweep is underway. Skip calling for a hard sweep. Into the house it goes. That's going to make contact and push one of the Humber rocks out of the house. It appears as though Humber does have one rock in scoring position, and they do possess the upcoming hammer. The skip. Jones is going to make her way back down the pitch.
There was nothing up there. That was just ceiling. Right. And when a couple years ago, it's a while ago now, a fire marshal came in here and went, well, you're basically
An opportunity to score here on the left side of the house. That's what Doig is calling for.
like this door wasn't there, that door wasn't there.
Trying to avoid that log jam. Jones favoring the left side.
But in the good side was, now it's
The intern is drawing slightly.
but that was never like.
That's right, I remember that now. I was here for
Seems to be right on line, right where Doig was asking. And that'll knock off the Fanshawe rock and right into the button. A good-looking throw by Caitlin Jones. That's exactly what the Hawks needed from that hammer. So in end number 1, the Hawks put up 2 points.
And there's only enough room for like one person, and that's it in order to get anybody past.
plus that's a oldest curling
Yeah.
material.
After end number 1, the Hawks lead the Fanshawe Falcons 2-0.
They had flags all the way across mid-ice, and you could see the flags moving. Because the wind coming off the lake was coming, I don't know, through the
That hammer, exactly what the Hawks needed. Caitlin Jones had a little bit of a takeout there against the Falcons, bringing it right into the button. Coming back the other way, Brittany Elson, the lead for the Hawks. Sweeping hard is Doig and Ransom here.
I know they're confusing, and there's a good reason they're like this, but
Caitlin Jones calling for it right at the top of the house, and it'll come up just a few feet short. Good-looking guard put up by the Hawks there on the first throw. Skip for the Falcons. Looking to target right on the button, it appears. Perhaps Fanshawe going to need to up the aggressiveness here, down 2. First rock from Fanshawe here, crossing that center line.
how was the Briar?
How did you enjoy
What
it?
question is that?
How did you enjoy it?
Another guard placed up here, so 2 defensive-looking throws from either side here.
I get to know Vic Rudder way better than. Well, not really. It seemed like we got lost.
Casey Ransom making her way back over as we await the throw from Elson.
More than I would ever have expected. And every
Ontario, because it's Ontario, usually gets some.
because
Going out wide here.
That too.
Jones directing the sweepers. Ransom waiting for the key. There it is.
it's more. It's interesting because it's different.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just different. And they were.
Here comes the sweep.
Bingo. That's it.
This one will come up short of the house as well. Just trending in and reaching that 12-foot ring.
Well, you know what I mean, right? The teams from
So 1 in the house and a guard up for Humber. Fanshawe has a guard up as well, awaiting their second throw.
they used to always try and get one team on at least once.
Yeah, I think it's hard now though because they've got what 14 teams, right? Them, not the Rock. Like them, and they still want to show us the big names. Because that's what people want us to.
Well, by the end of the week, they
Second rock here in end number 2.
It's a very big machine to start with, right?
they try and do it early, right?
This one with a good amount of pace, sweeping hard out of the Falcons. Perhaps trying to split those 2 guards. Will it have the pace to take over that Humber rock in the 12-foot ring? It appears as though it will. As that will make its home just on the right side of the button. More aggressive throw from the Falcons there. Casey Ransom dapping it up with her team. Getting ready for her first throw here in end number 2. Caitlin Jones pointing her broom down at the button. Trying to get just inside that last Fanshawe throw. Elson and Doig. Elson begins the sweep. This one beginning to turn hard, approaching that Fanshawe rock. And a nice looking takeout for the Hawks there. That one makes its home right around the button. So the takeouts have been strong for the Hawks so far today. Those two guards out in front definitely limits the opportunities for either side. Appears as though the Falcons could look to place a rock directly where they had that last throw before being taken out. Asking for the sweep is the skip. This one has a good line to it. May give a touch to that Humber rock. Passes just by it though. Sweeping is Caitlin Jones. And that one's going to be past the tee line. Sure not what the Fanshawe Falcons were looking for there. That one had a great line straight to the button, but a little too much juice. Things shaping up pretty nicely for the Hawks here as we await Casey Ransom's throw. This one has a lot of pace behind it. May come in contact with that guard, just slides by, but a whole lot of mustard on that one as that'll reach the tee line and be a void rock. So the throw by Casey Ransom just a little too heavy as it skirts on by. Opportunity now for Fanshawe as they come back. Fanshawe just walking along with this one. No need to sweep. They may just take this one the whole way. Drawn in well towards the button. Caitlin Jones awaits with her broom. And once again, that one's strong as well. Both sides now throwing hard, reaching that tee line. Let's see if Humber get another rock in play here. Already two potential scoring rocks in the house for them. Parker Doig with the throw now. Jones directing traffic here. Elson and Ransom laying off. Here come the brooms. Trying to avoid that guard, though it will touch. And make a home run on that center line. So two Humber rocks out in front of the house. Nice work to guard those two rocks they have in the house. So Fanshawe going to be hard pressed for a takeout here. Although it appears as though they're looking for another scoring play. Trying to be aggressive. Last few times targeting the button, they did push it long. Falcons with a similar strategy here. We'll see if this time it pays off for them. This one appears to be on the right line, just curling in towards that center line. Pace seems to be much better on this one. Caitlin Jones going to get the broom out. Trying to push it back towards the back end of the house. Able to do so. Caitlin Jones having a look over top of those rocks, seeing if the Hawks have one potential point or two. It appears as though it is just the one rock now for the Hawks that can't be scored. Jones calling her shot. Parker Doig on the toss. Potential takeout here, maybe trying to bump out that rock in the back of the house for Fanshawe. Brooms are out in full force now as this one just tries to squeak towards the house. That one will just come up short at 12-yard ring, so a pretty good-looking wall here for the Hawks as 3 yellow stones block an entry into the house. See what Fanshawe has in store here. Instead of targeting that button, appears as though they'll go the other way here. So many yellow stones in play. Perhaps a chance for a takeout. An update on the men's game. After one end, they lead by a score of 1-0. Humber women over the Fanshawe Falcons by a score of 2-0 after end 1. Couple of rocks left for either side as this one's trailing in towards the button. And all that'll do is just push Humber even closer to where they need to be. So 2 potential scores here for the Hawks. In pretty good shape here with a couple guards up. Doig and Jones talking this one over. Plenty of strategy here as this one winds down. A lot of communication here between the Hawks. Skips Jones is going to have the throw. She's preparing on the hack at the moment. Ransom and Elson will be sweeping. Doig with skip responsibilities in the house. Throw from Jones. Coming right in on those guards. Begin to pull around. Broom's out in full force here, sweeping hard. And that one's going to come up short where they need to be. Not the throw Humber was looking for. Let's see if Fanshawe can capitalize. Got their work cut out for them.
I don't think so. Oh, yes, we do. Okay. We have, well, they've got 2 left, so we must have 1.
So Fanshawe does hold the hammer here in end 1. Unable to, or end 2 that is, unable to steal in end 1 as Humber picked up the 2 points. A lot of discussion between the Fanshawe Falcons here. Discussing those guards there. Looking for that double takeout. Two rocks remain for the Falcons, 1 for the Hawks. This end 2 of a total of 8. We'll see.
Not literally homemade, but we have a member who's kind of, that's his part of the, was part of his business. So.
Hawk Sports Network bringing you the 2020 Humber Bonspiel from the Richmond Hills Curling Club. I'm Adam Lucier. We'll be on the call for all 3 games we broadcast today. Sheet 1 is where we're seeing the action. Hawks leading the Falcons 2-0. Chance to score a couple more here, unless the Falcons come up with something special. A lot of heat on this one here. Sweeps coming in hard, and that will just touch the Humber rock. Not the commotion Fanshawe was hoping for there. Good news for Humber. Skip Caitlin Jones making her way back down the sheet. Doig seeing another opportunity to score here on the right side of the house. So before the hog line, Jones gonna let that one go. Humber trying to score another one here. Trying to put themselves in a pretty place before Fanshawe comes back with the hammer. Brooms out hard. Nelson and Ransom going at it. This is a good looking throw here. Ransom still sweeping hard. Falcons getting in on the action as well, so that will bump it out.
It's infectious there, Barry. It's like, oh, it's all sweet.
So now 3 Rocks in scoring position now. Big moment for the Fanshawe Falcons as they possess the hammer. They could draw one in on the button here, a chance to take the point. And for Humber, an opportunity to steal. If Fanshawe can't score here, they will maintain the hammer going into end 3. Fanshawe Skip lining this one up. Good pace on this one as they try to really target that button. Hawks have done nice work this end to put themselves in this position, but a chance here for the Falcons to wipe it all away. They're sweeping hard. Rock still has a ways to go. Just ricochets there. So that appears to be 3 points on the board for the Humber Hawks is what it started they've had. After 2 ends, it looks as though the Hawks are ahead by 5. High fives all around, and why wouldn't you? It's been a strong performance here by Caitlin Jones and her crew. Fanshawe with the hammer, but the Hawks able to steal some points away. So Fanshawe will maintain the hammer here. Humber's just stealing those points away. Elson with the first toss. Doig and Ransom taking it easy thus far. Seen Humber play plenty of guards on the easy throws with a big lead. Appear to be a little more aggressive here as that one's going to come in right on the button. Fanshawe going to give that a sweep, trying to push it towards the tee line. That'll just stay in the back part of the house. See a little shift in the game plan here as Humber pushes that one to the back. first toss. Here in end 3. Much slower pace in that throw we've seen from Humber. At first, perhaps another card that seems to be Fanshawe's bread and butter. Teams from Humber, Fleming, and Fanshawe out there. Brittany Elson with the second throw. Doig and Ransom getting the brooms going. Perhaps this will be the guard Humber was looking for. Caitlin Jones calling for that one to rest right in front of the house, and there it is. Update on the Humber men's match. They still lead 1-0. Humber women putting on a clinic here, up 5. This one starts right on that center line. Counterclockwise it goes. It's starting to draw towards that initial guard by the Falcons. Give that one a knock and just push it ahead a few inches. So 2 guards sitting vertically for the Falcons. Pretty wide open look for the Hawks here early in end number 3. With the throw for the Hawks, Casey Ransom. Jones calling for this throw in the middle of the previous rocks. This one with an in-turn. Good looking throw here if the pace is right on line with the button. Seems a little bit heavy, and the Fanshawe Falcons are going to sweep hard. That'll push one rock past the tee line and out of play. So if anything, Humber just replaces that previous stone. Potential of one scoring rock in there for the Hawks at the moment, though nothing too close to the button. Here come the brooms. This one came out with a little bit of heat and sweeping hard. Seems as though they want to target the house on this throw to the Falcons. Once again, trending towards that familiar position. Fanshawe going to have 3 stones all piled up in that guard position. Making things complicated for Doig and the Hawks here. Kaylin Jones has an idea. Signaling to her teammates. Let's see if Casey could execute here. Off the hack she goes, releasing well before the hog line. Sweep by Elson. Now Doig getting in on the action. Trying to bring it right past that Humber guard. Seems to be on good line. Good looking throw here for the Hawks as that one's going to settle right on that 12-yard ring. Shrug of the shoulders from the skip of the Fanshawe Falcons. They're in tough here. Target appears to be right up Main Street, trying to go right up center there. Fanshawe might have to start being more aggressive here, down big here in end number 3. is the third of 8 sets we'll see today on sheet 1. Sweeping hard and not the execution they were looking for. Fanshawe gonna sweep a Humber rock out of play. 2 rocks in the house for Humber. 3 guards in position for the Falcons. Kaylin Jones appears to be looking for a score and play here. Parker gonna let this one go. Pretty good turn on it. Trying to draw this one in. Good line here. Will it have the pace? And a nice looking throw by the Hawks in the front part of that house there. Gonna make it much more difficult now for Fanshawe to target the button. 2 red rocks on the left, 1 on the right. 3 rocks in the house for Humber. Fist bumps between the Humber women, and why not with the start they've had here today. Throw here by the Falcons certainly has some heat on it. Just 1 broom going. Trying to knock that Humber rock out of the way. Does a pretty nice job in doing so. Fanshawe rock will be out of play. Humbers will stick just inside the house. So those 3 rocks remain. All on the outside, 12-foot ring. 3 rocks for either side. Parker Doig now for the Hawks. Favoring that left side, trying to draw it in. Sweeping hard from the get-go was Elson and Ransom.
Honestly, I expected like 4 to 6.
I was hoping there'd be more schools. That was the thing.
I was hoping that more would jump in now that we have mixed up.
Another chance to score here for the Hawks if this one could reach the house. Appears as though it came up just short.
Like you play a lot of games. Because they're short.
Yeah.
Hour and a half, hour 15. But it means like generally total playing time is the same.
Early start here at the 2020 Humber Bonspiel. First game getting going at 9 a.m. Plenty of energy on the sheet, though. As Humber women off to a torrid start.
Since you've asked, and since, you know, my
But I-
senior coaching 2 teams at once,
My first draft of the schedule, I put an hour and a half for mixed doubles.
that's lots.
Should be.
Lots more communication between the Falcons players here. Called curling chess on ice for a reason. This toss here by the Falcons looks heavy. We'll see if it has what it takes. Trying to target that Humber guard on the center line. Good looking toss and the takeout. And that'll touch 3 Humber rocks, taking 1 out of play. Certainly seemed like strong execution there by the Falcons, but still remains 3 yellow rocks in the house here. 2 remains, which means Caitlin Jones going to make her way down to the other end of the sheet. The skip now going to take her place on the hack.
Well, I gave him an hour and a half just because it's new and
Some chat between Elson, Ransom, and Jones here before the throw. Doig has her target up.
I think Jenna lives in a state of constant bruising anyway.
Jones has had some good throws here today, looking for yet another second to last rock here for the Hawks. Jones calling off the brooms here. Now Ransom gets back to work. Elson giving a sweep as well. Another good-looking throw from Caitlin Jones. That's going to make its home right near the button. And the Hawks are keeping the pressure here on the Falcons. Already up 5 here in N3.
What, the Rollins law?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Sean.
It's a provincial law.
Smiles on the faces of the sweepers, Elson and Ransom. Why not, as that was executed to perfection.
Maybe you didn't see a doctor.
Can you see me fast? This is a celebrity there.
So what will the Fanshawe Falcons do here? Down big. They're going to need a scoring play here. They had the hammer in the second end, but Humber able to steal 3 points away, so they do have the hammer once more. Trying to take advantage of it. And for the men's side, after 3 ends, Humber men's lead the Fleming Knights by a score of 2-1. Humber women's up 5-0.
Sports management sort of gear you towards.
It's pretty broad. Like, there's a lot of things that you can't.
Here's though Fanshawe targeting that button here, sweeping hard. Plenty of pace on this one. Whole lot of yellow rocks occupying that house. Trying to do away with at least one of them.
He's their big.
So a red rock is in the house, but the yellows remain. Good shape here for Humber. Last throw by the Hawks as we see Caitlin Jones make her way back down.
Yesterday she posted she went to Brock and she was just hired as a player development intern.
Getting the direction from Doig. Jones has been on the money.
Well, now's the time to jump in there.
Sports management, it's just like you go from player development to.
She did her co-op down in
Wow. That's a
Cool, eh?
big step.
Like, that's cool.
New York, Pennsylvania. She
Away comes Jones from the hack.
with their
Releases by the hog line.
with their farm team. Yeah.
Sweepers all ready.
She is.
Here come the brooms, just slightly. Elson assisting just a tad.
Took that so she could be in the baseball. She rides horses. Yeah. She was a competitive horse.
Well, John Gibbons may be the next manager.
Looks as though that one will just clink off that guard of the Hawks. High fives between Elson and Ransom. Hawks have to be pretty pleased with where they sit here as the hammer comes in.
I'm in sport management too. Last semester I was
Fanshawe couldn't get much done with the hammer in end number 2. Another opportunity here to right that wrong.
Well, it's amazing. Cassie's going to the Super Bowl next year. Yeah, they're going to do the Super Bowl, and they're doing a bunch of work with the organizing stuff at the Super Bowl.
Big moment here in this match. Did Fanshawe get themselves on the board, or will Humber extend this lead? It's hammer time. This one coming out wide left, trying to draw it back in. Couple of guards there. Stand for Falcons. Trying to just squeak past them there. Just able to do so, sweeping hard now. This one drawn right in here, could be close. Tough to tell from this angle. Liddy's trying to figure out what is the scoring play there. Nice hammer throw there for the Falcons to at least make things interesting here in the end of end number 3. I was a guessing, man. Those Humber high fives mean that they're the ones on the scoreboard.
It's not an excuse, but there's a culture, right?
And another 3 on the board. Certainly looked as though Fanshawe was a little bit tighter to the button there, but back-to-back 3-point ends for the Humber Hawks. They're up huge here. 8-0 your score. The maximum score you can have at each end is a total of 8. Fanshawe definitely in the thick of things here. And after Humber is able to steal 3 more for the 3rd straight end, the Fanshawe Falcons are going to have the hammer. First toss here for the Hawks appears to be a guard that'll just skate by the line and hold on tight right on that center line. Humber women up 8-0. Humber men up by a score of 5-1 in their match against the women of Fleming College. Lead throw here. End 4, Fanshawe Falcons. Not the morning they've been looking for. Will this one have the pace to get in play? Doesn't appear it is. They'll give it the boot and kick it on back.
Maybe the upward ones, but wasn't meant at me. No, it was just the situation.
Falcons really can't afford to waste any more throws here, but another error gives an opportunity here for Brittany Elson. Under the direction of her Skip Jones. Doig being called off here, putting the brooms away. Pretty good line here as it's starting to draw in. Fanshawe with the broom ready. But that one will make its home right on that center line. Good looking throw as it's about 5 feet from the middle of that button. One guard on the center line, one rocking the house on the center line for Humber. Plenty of pace on this throw here for the Falcons. We'll see if it's heavy or if they're able to draw this one in, potentially trying to take out that back rock. Now the sweep comes here late. Appears as though trying to target that Humber rock, but instead it'll make its home right by the rock. No, doesn't touch. So side by side they sit. Fanshawe with the advantage. We'll see what Caitlin Jones draws up for Casey Ransom here. The Humber women have been scoring in bunches, trying to do that yet again here in set 4. Plenty of velocity here by Casey on the throw. Right on line. That'll give that a knock. And we'll take all the rocks out of play. So apart from the one guard. Wide open now for either side. So with a nearly blank slate, we'll see what the Fanshawe Falcons have in store here. Certainly need to play aggressive here and get themselves back on the board. Sweeping hard are the Falcons. This one's slowing up. This one may not reach as well. Will it come up short? Indeed it does. So another rock just voided there for the Falcons. Can't take advantage of that last big takeout.
can't do that personally.
Second throw of end number 4 here for Casey Ransom.
I would do it through a proper.
Tossed it hard last time, similar idea.
I'm not a high performance anything, right? So maybe that's the difference.
Gives that one a knock away, and that clears up everything. Humber has 4 rocks remaining, 5 for Fanshawe. They possess the hammer in a clean sheet here for either side.
Part of me just wants to make the sport better.
We'll see how aggressive the Falcons want to play it here. Sweeping hard from the get-go. Not a whole lot of pace on this rock. We'll see if it could reach. Just gets past the line there. Won't get to the house, though, so nonetheless a guard up for the Falcons. Kalen Jones appears to be targeting that last card thrown by the Falcons. We'll see if the Hawks attempt to take out here. Doig gonna have the throw. She'll push off the hack. Release well before the hog line, and here it comes. Plenty of pace. It appears as though a takeout is in store here. We'll see if it can make contact. Just nicks it as that one will go out of play. If anything, just repositions that guard of the Falcons. Opens up that side for Humber. Communication there between Elson and Ransom. Chance for Fanshawe here just to draw one in, get one near the button. It appears as though that's the game plan. Seem to be content just letting that guard sit where it is. One broom in action. Now settling down, gonna let the pace of this one carry it. Having a good line as it curls in. Caitlin Jones waiting with her broom. Will it reach? Indeed it does. So that one in the blue, 12-foot ring there. Only rock in the house here. And then number 4 as we're winding down. Caitlin doesn't appear to like the look of that red rock in the back of the house. Calling for Parker Doig to attack. Elson sweeping hard. Ransom right beside her. Trying to avoid the guard here. Just squeaks by. This is a good looking throw. And a nice takeout by the Hawks there.
Can you unplug the extension cord? It's under the table.
So another good looking throw by the Hawks. Said that plenty of times today. Third to last stone here. Going to be thrown by the Falcons. Nothing is your score here as Hawks went up by 2 in the first end, scored 3 in the second, and stole another 3 in the third. This one drawn in. Fanshawe seems content with just letting this one play out. A last quick sweep will bring it close to the button. And there it sits. Closest to the button are the Fanshawe Falcons here. Discussion between Parker and Caitlin of what to do with that last rock thrown. Perhaps a chance for a double takeout. It appears as though that's where Doig is targeting. Caitlin Jones going to make her way down the sheet. On sheet 2, the Humber men lead the Fleming women by a score of 5-1. Caitlin Jones, second to last rock. Humber has only had the hammer in N1, hasn't seemed to affect them much. They're up by a wide margin here. Targeting that guard stone is Caitlin Jones. Nelson with the sweep, that'll knock out one. And both those stones go out of play. Two rocks in the house, closest to the button is red for the Falcons. Will Fanshawe guard, or will they be aggressive here? Communication between the Falcons here as they'll make their way down to the hack. For the Humber men, a nice last throw by Shirtliff. Appears to be a scoring play for them. So the Humber men and Humber women's off to a good start here at the Richmond Hills Curling Club. Full day of action. We'll have a couple games for you here on the Hawk Sports Network before a little lunch break, well deserved. After that, we'll have one more match before wrapping up. Early start to this one on one of the colder days we've seen all year. Negative 15 getting into the rink this morning. Hawks have been red hot though out here on the pitch. Second to last stone for the Fanshawe Falcons. Trying to get on the board here at end number 4. Certainly hasn't been their day. And 4 of 8. Sweeping hard. A little light on the pace there. The guard is up though, trying to block that draw play for Humber. Jones calling her own shot. Doig gonna hold position there in the skip position. Last throw for Humber before we see Fanshawe's hammer once more. The skip on the hack. Push off and release. Starting on that center line. Slowly turning counterclockwise. A lot of pressure on that broom for Casey Ransom. Shooting for that takeout. Seems to be right on line. Another nice throw by Jones. Puts a yellow rock right near the button for Humber. That's been the story. Fanshawe has a few opportunities to score, but it's those last couple throws by Caitlin Jones that have really been getting the job done for Humber here. A big lead for them, and the skip is a major part of that. An interesting spot here for Fanshawe. So they're going to shoot for the takeout. Humber has stole points from them. The last two ends with the hammer. Now this time, trying to take advantage. Can Fanshawe get on the board? This one seems to be right where it needs to be. Makes good to contact and hangs out. So the Fanshawe Falcons able to score with the hammer. First time they've had in 3 attempts, but they are on the board. 8-1 is going to be your score. So the Humber ladies still in high spirits with a pretty healthy lead.
Lock ain't working, dog.
Score of the Humber men's game remains at 5-1. Brendan Jackson throwing now for the Hawks. So back the other way they go. 8 more rocks for either side. Lead throw for the Falcons. Here it comes. Been playing pretty defensively in these early throws. Plenty of guards thrown out. Not much pace on this one. Appears as though they'll have a guard to get things started off. If it has the pace, they've seen a few burnt rocks from not being able to reach, and that's yet another one there. So that rock's going to come right out of play. Clean slate here for the Hawks on sheet 1. Trying to build off this 7-point lead. Lead for the Hawks is Ellison. Coming off the hack with pretty good pace here. Sweeping hard right from the get-go. Doig and Ransom. This one trending towards the left side of that house. Drawn left. Caitlin Jones has the broom down, directing right where she wants it. Appears as though that's what they're looking for. Big smile on the face of Caitlin Jones. High fives all around. It's been that kind of day for the Hawks out here. Four ends in the book. 8-1 is your score. Second toss from the lead here. Trying to draw in towards the button. Humber kept things clear with their last throw, sweeping hard. They'll settle on the brooms and let this one take its way right towards that 12-foot ring. So well-executed throw there by the Falcons. Puts them in a pretty good spot. Caitlin Jones asking for this throw just to the left of that most recent rock. Elson with her second toss here in end 4. And 5, that is. This one's moving on. Sweeping hard is Doig. Trying to draw around that last rock, perhaps a takeout, and that'll just nick the side of that Fanshawe rock, but it will stay in the house. A rock for either side, just on the outskirts of the house. Pretty open playing field here for Fanshawe. We'll see what they could muster up. First throw from the second here. Starting right, drawing towards that center line. Perhaps another guard going to be in play by the Falcons, though the sweeps do come hard. Right on the center line. That one's going to stick. Caitlin Jones, take a look at the scoreboard before deciding what to do with this throw here. Appears as though a takeout is in order. She places her broom right in front of that guard stone. Ransom's going to have the toss. She's in her position on the hack. Seen Ransom play plenty of takeouts in this game. You see the pace that she has coming off of that hack. This rock is a moving. Here come the brooms. Doig putting some pressure on it. Right on line. Can they touch that other rock? No. Do get the one Fanshawe rock out of play. Burn one of their own. And we're in this familiar position. Reminiscent of the old 7-10 split, if you will. So for Fanshawe, a whole lot of real estate to work with. See what they could get done. This one's got some speed behind it. Certainly slowing up, though. The brooms working hard. Seem to have good pace out of the hand, but appears as though it will come up short of the house. So after Humber takes out a Fanshawe guard, they put up one in a very similar position. Both sides playing conservative here in N5. Both Humber curling teams with healthy leads here in their first matches of the 2020 Humber Bonspiel. Casey Ransom lets this one go. Brooms working hard. Trying to draw this one into the button. Jones calls off her sweepers. This one appears to have good pace. Fanshawe getting ready with the broom. Trying to push this one out the far side. Are they able to do so? That one able to just stick in. Appears as though closest to the button is Fanshawe at the moment, just by a hair. Can't imagine it'll stay that way for long. Full rocks remain for both teams. First throw for the third of Fanshawe. Easy on the brooms, now they come in. Both sweeping. So I'm drawing in towards the button. We'll see if Caitlin Jones gets involved with the broom, if it'll reach. But instead, once again, coming up in that blue ring, 12 foot. We'll see what the skip draws up here. Perhaps a chance for another takeout. It's been Ransom who's handled the majority of the takeouts, but now Doig tasked with the throw. Plenty of pace on this one. Casey's going to be sweeping right away. Elson following tightly. Looks as though he'll be able to squeak past that one guard and take out the second. Nice looking throw there by the Hawks. Doig looking for a reaction, little shrug of the shoulders. A lot of laughs, a lot of smiles, a little confusion there for Parker Doig, but the Hawks seem no worse for wear. Can the Falcons put themselves in scoring position here? This one right where it needs to be, maybe a little bit heavy. Caitlin Jones getting ready with that broom. Can it stay in? Just barely. That's going to hang out in the back of the house with the Humber rock. A wide open set, or end number 5 here. Either team able to occupy the button just yet. This is the third to last throw by the third, Parker Doig. Brooms going from the get-go. Caitlin Jones very vocal as the skip. Trying for potential scoring play here. This one looking good. And that's very good. Right on the button. Go the Hawks. Fanshawe still has 3 stones to work with. Likely that rock is not going to go untouched. See what Fanshawe has in store here. Fanshawe skip going to make her way down the sheet. Still communicating. Big moment here by the Falcons. Hawks scored 1 in end number 1, 3 in end number 2, and stole another 3 points in the third end. Fanshawe responded, scoring on the hammer in end number 4 to make this an 8-1 game. Opportunity now to bring themselves just a little bit closer. Certainly put themselves in a big hole, but chance now to climb out. Skip with the release. Looking for that in-turn. It's going to be awfully close to that guard. Just going to squeak by. This one seems to be right on line, trying to take out that Humber rock. Just doesn't appear, though, to have the pace. But they'll put themselves in a good position. Tough to see from this angle who has the advantage there, but certainly a couple scoring opportunities for either side. With how good Caitlin Jones has been today, throwing these last 2 rocks of each end as the skip for Humber. We'll see what she has in store here. Doig directing her to the left side of the house. All 4 of Humber's women's do throw with the right hand. Not a whole lot of pace on the throw from Jones, but sweeping hard is Elson and Ransom. Will it have the pace? Communication here between Jones. And that one's going to make its home right in the front of the house. So if anything, that'll complicate things for the Falcons here on their last throw. For the first time since end number 1, the Humber Hawks have the hammer. So Fanshawe's got accustomed to having the hammer. Scored in 1 of their 3 opportunities. Trying to make things difficult for Caitlin Jones on the last throw. And for the men's side, Humber men's having themselves a day. 9-1 is the score after 5 ends. 8-1 here after 4, just about to wrap up end number 5. Here's the last throw for the Falcons. Calling for the brooms, and there they are, sweeping hard. This one drawn towards that center line. Just ticks off that Humber guard. So certainly an opening here for the Hawks. On that left side, Caitlin Jones takes a quick look. Appears as though she's ready to roll.
Sorry, I was going to bump into you, and I wanted you to be well aware of you jumping cushy. I didn't want to stick my butt in your face.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
So a big throw for Jones here. Hawks up big. Cameraman Dax down there getting some mean B-roll. HSN, some of the best camera ops in the business, showing his stuff. Caitlin Jones with the hammer throw here in end number 5. Getting some hard sweeps from the teammates, Ransom and Elson. Appears to be drawn in. Looking for the pace. Sweeps come back in. Towards the button it goes. Another nice looking throw from the hand of Caitlin Jones. At least one for the Hawks, maybe 2. So who else but Caitlin Jones getting it done here in end number 5 with the hammer throw. We'll wait to see the score on the board. You know, Humber scored at least 1, may have picked up a couple. And indeed, it is 2. So 10-1 is your score after 5 ends. Humber men up 9-1. Things are looking pretty good if you're a Humber Hawks fan. The team in the yellow and navy off to a great start here in the 9 a.m. matches. 5 ends in the books. We'll play 8 total here. Here's the lead for Brittany Elson. Doig and Ransom bringing the brooms. And a good-looking guard set up here just in front of the house. Just squeaks in. Trying to create a little bit of a log jam here for the Falcons.
Nobody's looking at us at all.
No, I don't blame him this stage of the game, but
We'll see if we see the Hawks play a little bit more defensively, a little bit more guards, because you got to know Fanshawe is going to have to come out aggressive. Down by 9 points here.
Would you like me to call a timeout next shot? I will. I really, literally will if you want.
Do you upgrade? You go from just your hands to your forearm?
First toss and end 6.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
One broom in action.
Caitlin's like, are you serious?
This one seems to be on the same line as that last Humber throw. Looks as though we'll see contact.
It's my timeout.
Timeout being called by the Hawks here. Pretty emphatically, I might add. All 4 ladies throwing up the tee. So time for a timeout for the Hawks. 10-1 they lead, all smiles in this break. So a great start to the first of a couple sets here. Big lead for the Humber women. Big lead for the Humber men as they're up 9-1 in their contest against the women of Fleming College. So after the conclusion of that timeout, teams will get back into their position. Just 2 rocks, 1 each thrown here in end number 6. Fanshawe Falcons have the hammer, though the Hawks have stole in 2 ends so far today.
I'm aggressive?
Yeah, with that guy on last year up north, yeah.
Brittany Elson
It was called a
with her last throw here in end 6. The lead for the Hawks. Plenty of pace on this one. Doig's going to give it a little bit of help with the broom. This one coming in hot. Will that rock stay in the house? It will not. So a takeout by Humber there. Leaves that one yellow stone, the only in the house for either side.
Completely fine.
Well, she's here to tell the tale. So.
I got up and finished that game.
You had a bunch of us coaches running to the glass.
Skip directing her Falcons teammates towards the button.
It was in Thunder Bay.
Appears as though we'll have ourselves another takeout. Though with the pace here, could be a guard.
We were the very last
Not a whole lot of heat on this one.
that was getting broadcasted.
Rolling slowly down the hill.
Moved our sheet. That end.
I think it's literally.
Brooms coming out just enough to get past that line, and a guard set up here by the Falcons. Trying to take away that draw for the Hawks. Caitlin Jones, none too pleased with the look of that guard, trying to get it out of the way immediately. Happy with the positioning. 4 thumbs up and a salute from the skip, Caitlin Jones. She has to be happy with the way the women have played so far today. Casey Ransom has been queen of the takeouts today. She's been throwing heaters out there. Caitlin Jones directing traffic, calling off those sweeps. Elson and Doig sit back from this one. This one's going to find its way into the house, right to the button. Fanshawe going to give it a pretty sweep, but 2 yellow stones occupy the back of that house as Humber just filling it up. It's been a real house party today for Humber. Toss incoming for the Falcons. They have their work cut out for them. Perhaps looking for a double takeout here. Not a whole lot of pace here. If anything, that'll be another guard. Fanshawe really trying to take away that draw play for Humber. And right away, Caitlin Jones calling for that double takeout. Who else would you want on the hack right now than Casey Ransom with the day she's had today? If she's on target, should be a routine takeout here for the Hawks. Coming off that hack with plenty of pace. Sweeper's having a hard time keeping up with this one. Here come the Brooms. Elson gives that one a hand, and that's picture perfect there. One rock will slide into the house, but appears as though the 2 yellows are closer. Hawks able to take one out of play, pushes one into the right side of the house. Midway through here in end number 6. Hawks up big, 10-1. Hawk Sports Network coming to you live from the Richmond Hills Curling Club. Adam Lucier with you on the call today. All by my lonesome. That's the way I like it. Sweeping hard are the Falcons, trying to put up yet another guard. They've been trying to take away that draw play, but the Hawks have done a nice job with the takeouts. So this one in position. Falcons seem pleased with it. Parker Doig releasing from the hack. Lets that one go. The call from Caitlin Jones calling for hard. Casey Ransom putting a lot of pressure on that broom. Trying to take out that rock on the far left side, but it will push it out the back. So a squirrely moment there for the Hawks, but they do get the job done. 2 yellow stones in the house. 4 rocks remain for the Falcons. Their 4th is incoming. Humber has really been able to dictate the play here. Really taking advantage when the Hammers, when they have the opportunity. Slow pace this one, though the brooms are incoming. Will we see another guard? Skip calling for a hard sweep here. And that one's going to make its home right on the center line. Jalen Jones thinking this one over. Motioning to her team. What do you want to see from here? Appears as though that first guard rock will be the target. Maybe looking for another double takeout here. See what Parker Doig could do with it. Casey Ransom out in front, sweeping hard. Gonna let this one go. All eyes on Jones. That'll clink 1, clink 2, and that one's out of there. Good looking throw from Parker Doig there. Takes one guard out of position, one does remain. And once again, 2 potential scoring stones in the house for the Hawks. A big end here for Fanshawe. They want to make this a game. Appears as though on sheet number 2, the Fleming women will concede their match as the Humber Hawks take a big lead there. 9-1 was the score after 5 ends. Sherliff of the men's team going down to have a chat with Casey Ransom and the ladies. A good looking toss here by the Fanshawe Falcons will come up just a hair short of the button. Playing a little bit more aggressive here as this match moves on. And the skip is going to make her way down to the other side of the sheet, take her position on the hack, and look to score once again for the Hawks. Parker Doig directing her towards that guard rock. Two rocks for either side. Fanshawe with the hammer. The first toss from Jones. Going to be swept here by Elson. Whole lot of pace as it's coming in towards the guard. And that will effectively take out one. Closest to the button is Fanshawe here. 2 yellow rocks in the back of the house for Humber. Ransom and Elson make their way back down. Good hustle shown out there by Casey. She's making her way back down. The sweeps have been busy today. So we'll now see Fanshawe skip throw the second to last rock here in end number 6. The skip releases off the hack here. Fanshawe trying to add to their 1-point total. Way it comes. Broom's holding off so far, but now they'll get in on the action. It's been a guard-heavy type of game here for Fanshawe. Here's though we'll see another one. Trying to keep that rock right on the button, safe for that center line guard. Communication here between Parker and Caitlin. Trying to figure out the game plan here. Talking things over. Where could this rock go? Come to a conclusion.
Sorry, hang on. No, what is it? I should know this. It's right here. No, minutes remaining in the end.
And with a handshake, Caitlin's going to take her spot on the hack.
Assuming it started at 10 o'clock.
She'll clear her surface, check the equipment, get ready to roll here. Last throw we'll see from Jones here in end number 6. What a day she's had. Led this team to a dominant 10-1 start here. First action they've seen today. Broom's involved right from the get-go. Toy calling for it. This one will just get by the guard here, trending towards the house. Gotta sweep hard as this one's coming in. And Fanshawe still remains closest to the button there. 3 rocks in the house for Humber, but it's the one in red that is hanging out in the friendliest spot. So here comes the hammer. Plenty of discussion here. Fanshawe already likely to score 1 here. A chance for some more. 9 points down. Why not play aggressive in this situation? So the Humber men have wrapped up their match, a pretty convincing victory, 9-1. Humber women trying to complete the same task. And it's hammer time here in N6. Fanshawe trying to capitalize. Already have the potential to score 1. Trying to squeak this one in as well. Broom's coming in. Both sweepers now involved. Will this one have the pace to reach the button? And that's going to be awful close. Appears as though Humber's is closer, so it may just be 1 on the scoreboard for Fanshawe after the 6th end. So nice work by Fanshawe to capitalize on the hammer. Not something they've done in end 2 or 3. And it appears as though we'll have the handshakes as the Fanshawe Falcons will concede this match. Fanshawe able to pick up a point there in the 6th end, but won't be enough, as 10-2 is going to be your final score. An impressive showing there by the Humber women. So the Humber men pick up a victory over the women of Fleming College by a score of 9-1, and somehow the women able to better them. 10-2 is the score after their first action of the day. Plenty more curling to come, but a good start nonetheless if you're a fan of the yellow and navy.
It does? Okay. Honestly, just didn't know what the score was, and I was trying to say.
So the sheets starting to clear up here as the first matches are in the books. 10-2 is your final score from the Humber women. A dominant start to the day in the 2020 Humber Bonspiel. Thanks for tuning in to HSN. I'm Adam Lucier, live from the Richmond Hills Curling Club. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have some more action for you coming up shortly.